headquarters in New York. This is Market Makers with Eric Schatzker and Stephanie Ruhle.
All right, when we come back, breaking through the boys network in Silicon Valley, we're going to talk to a woman who's getting that done.
First, Bloomberg.
Welcome back to Market Makers. I'm Stephanie Ruhle, joined by Matt Miller. It has been 1 year since Sheryl Sandberg's Lean In sparked a new conversation about women in business, and the struggle continues, especially in Silicon Valley. Women start just 3% of the tech companies, according to research from the Kaufman Foundation. The company New Me is trying to change that. CEO Angela Benton has launched an accelerator program for women entrepreneurs created to give the keys to start a thriving business. She joins us from San Fran this morning. Angela, welcome. First, explain your business.
So New Me is a technology accelerator for women and minority entrepreneurs. And in short, we have kind of a suite of support services that entrepreneurs can plug in depending on the stage that they're at in their business.
And how do you get paid?
We get paid a couple of different ways. So we provide training to entrepreneurs, and so there's a fee, and then we have an equity portfolio like a lot of other venture capital firms and accelerators and incubators.
Are there success stories that you could point to, companies that we might know?
Sure. So we have a few different success stories, but we're still really early in the process. So we started 3 years ago. Some success stories are Pigeonly. They raised a $1 million round of funding. AgLocals raised a $1.5 million round of funding, and a local startup in Miami just closed $1.2 million a round of funding.
I wonder what the problem is, why there aren't as many women in Silicon Valley as you think there should be. I know that there recently has been a lot of talk about the code writing sort of
Girls
clique.
Code, yep.
Girls finding that environment difficult, even hostile at times. Is this really a super necessary part of being a Silicon Valley entrepreneur, writing code?
I mean, if you want to be an engineer, that's a great thing. If you're running a technology business, that's definitely an asset to understand, you know, the different coding languages and how to scale your business from a coding perspective, but also a business perspective. I personally think it's important for women to be involved in the technology industry for a couple of different reasons. The first reason is it leads to more innovation. A lot of the products that are being developed in Silicon Valley, women are the biggest consumer user base, and so how can you really serve a market when your team and your staff is not diversified?
All right, so as you look back at your research, if you look back at these entrepreneurs who are having trouble starting up, is there a specific roadblock for women and minorities that you could point to that's standing in their way?
Oh, sure. So there's kind of a pedigree that folks look for when you're looking for successful companies, and some of that depends on education, so where you went to school, level of education completed.
And in the past, men, and so currently men are going to better schools and having higher rankings?
Well, when you look at computer science degrees, which a lot of investors actually prefer, though that is more dominated by men. So when you look at technology incubators and accelerators, a lot of the programs, the way that they're structured, they're 12-week programs, many of them based in Silicon Valley, but many of them based around the world. They're not necessarily the most conducive to women being productive. So we actually recently launched a virtual accelerator to try to make that more accessible. And what I mean by that is women don't necessarily have to relocate here and live here for 12 weeks like our 12-week program. They can come for 1-week sprints. And as a result, we've seen more women get involved with our programs.
All right, well, good luck. It's an idea, it's an initiative I know I support in a very big way. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks.